to share with you my project to help the Blair swim team acquire the necessary equipment to hold home swim meets. For many years, the Blair swim team has needed to travel for all of their official competitions. Could you imagine your favorite sports team never being able to compete at home? The Blair swim team needs a timing system, and I hope to inspire you to help.
I started swimming competitively when I was 7, and I look forward to competing as a Blair Viking starting next year in 9th grade. Along with swimming, I am a Girl Scout. I have been a Girl Scout since kindergarten and enjoy selling cookies, traveling, and helping out my community. In Girl Scouts, I have learned to partner with my community to take action for causes that I care about.
My name is David Ibarra. I'm the principal of Blair High School and Blair Middle School. We have about 1,100 students at Blair between both campuses. We have about 600 that are high schoolers and about 500 that are middle schoolers. We are predominantly Hispanic. We have about 60 to 65% of our students that are Hispanic. We are also what they call a Title I school, meaning that more than 65% of our students are free and reduced lunch. We're almost at 70% of our students that are Title I students. So we do have some challenges with asking resources from our parents. But one of the main challenges is our athletic budget. The way the district funds the athletic programs, they mainly focus on busing and the paying of coaches. There's very, very little money for surplus of supplies, equipment. As things break, things get old. So then my challenge as the principal is trying to offset the small athletic budget with a small site budget, which never is enough to meet the needs and be able to provide quality facilities for our student athletes. So it's always a challenge to kind of maintain our facilities at a certain level so that we can compete competitively at a high level, because we're part of the Rio Hondo League, which is an extremely competitive athletic program.
The timing system is one of the most important parts of a swim meet. It starts and stops the clock, giving each swimmer their official time. I have researched available timing systems, connected with companies, and collected quotes of the different brands and configurations possible for my project.
Hi, I've been the coach here at Blair for 3 years. When I first started, we didn't have that many girls. There was actually no water polo team, and our swim team was pretty small. As I've been here, we've managed to grow our team. We have up to 18 girls on our water polo team, which also transfers over to our swim team. As I've been here, we've gotten a lot more resources to help develop our athletes. We have a lot of cages, and we just got our blocks this year. So that helps develop our athletes with their diving, which is something we couldn't do before. The timing system is something we really hope to get, because we want to be able to keep more of our middle school swimmers or other athletes who sometimes don't consider us and end up going to other high schools. So we want to make sure that we keep growing our team. Having the timing system would help us keep track of records and making sure that we have all the technologies that other schools have. That way we are competitive to the other schools in our area.
Hi, my name is Emily Held, and I have been a swimmer on the Blair swim team since I was a freshman 3 years ago. By not having swim meets at Blair, honestly, it feels a bit sad, because when you get to swim at your own team, you get to have your friends and family and a lot of supporters that might not be able to show up to a different pool at your meet. And that is really helpful, because as a student athlete, it already feels a little bit stressful playing your sport. You try to help your team so much, and so just being in the comfort of your own pool is really beneficial. Having a timing system, I think that a lot of the Blair swimmers could really succeed and grow as athletes. Our team has so much potential to be just incredibly amazing, and so when we have more resources, it benefits our swimmers and the way that they will perform. Getting new blocks is helping us to learn how to dive correctly, getting new flags has helped us with figuring out our stroke counts, and so having a timing system would maybe push people to strive to do better. They're going to be able to see their times, which we can't always look at when we go to other pools, and we have other timers, so it would just be great.
We would like to have a touchpad timing system for the pool. This includes a central brain, push buttons, and touchpads for each individual swim lane. In a push button system, the clock starts automatically with a flash of a light and the sound of a horn. Then, at the end of the race, the 2 to 3 human timers behind each lane will press their button to stop the clock for their individual swimmer. This is when the brain of the system will average out the times to display the official time. In a touchpad system, the clock starts the same way as it does in a push-button system. But at the end of the race, the clock will stop automatically when the swimmer touches the wall, giving the most accurate time. A touchpad hangs over the gutter into the pool and spans the entire width of the lane, letting the swimmer touch anywhere on it. In a touchpad system, the swimmers can get their splits from every 50-yard segment of their race. This can be helpful in practice to know which part of the race they need to work on.
With the sport of swimming, we measure times and we measure races down to the 100th of a second. And that's something that you can't see with the natural eye, okay? Between 100th of a second and somebody that's 100th of a second slower. So one of the most important things in our sport when we're racing and we have competitions and swim meets is to have accurate times. And oftentimes people that are holding watches, and if we're only relying on watch times, humans make mistakes. And it's not quite as accurate as a timing system would be that had touchpads. And so it's really important that if you're going to have a competition and make it legitimate and make it so that it's official, really an official swim meet competition, you want to have a timing system.
After consulting Coach Nava, Principal Ibarra, and the Pasadena Education Foundation, I have selected a Colorado timing system for the Blair pool. This system works for swimming and water polo and has both push buttons and touch pads. Swimming equipment is expensive, but with your help, this will be possible. I hope to raise $17,000 for my project. To manage the donations, I have partnered with the Pasadena Education Foundation.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Fash, and I work for the Pasadena Educational Foundation. This year, PEF is celebrating 50 years of supporting the public schools in Pasadena Unified. One of the ways that our organization supports schools is by holding earmarked funds for special projects, particularly in areas that find themselves with funding cuts. We are happy to support a student-led project that will help install a timing system for the Blair swim team. This will help Blair High School be able to hold swim meets and be competitive with a wonderful swim team. Contributions made to specific school projects such as this are tagged by our accounting and development teams as soon as they arrive. The money is then held by PEF until the school is ready to pay for their special project. PEF is a 501c3 nonprofit, and any contribution made to the organization is tax deductible to the full extent of the law.
Thank you for watching my video and supporting the Blair swim team. Donations can be made using this link. Any contribution that you make will be greatly appreciated. And if you know a company or organization that would be willing to sponsor a larger part of the timing system, could you please put me in touch with them?